Which cooking oil actually lasts longest sealed in your pantry? Because right now, one of the 5 bottles most people stockpile is quietly going rancid and draining your money and your readiness away. And today we rank all 5, from shortest lived to champion, so you never toss a spoiled bottle again. Before we dive in, if calm, practical stockpiling is your thing, subscribe to Shelf Alert. Simple shelf life guides like this one every week, no panic attached. You know the moment. You reach into the back of the pantry, past the cans, and your hand finds a half-used bottle of oil you forgot about. You unscrew the cap, and there it is, that smell. Crayons and old nuts. Sharp, a little sour. Wrong. That's rancid oil. And that smell, that's money. Money you spent, quietly draining away in the dark while you weren't looking. For folks building a smart food reserve, that's readiness rotting on a shelf. So let's fix it. We're ranking 5 common pantry oils by their unopened shelf life, sealed, still capped, still on the shelf. For each one, 3 things. How long it truly keeps, the best way to store it, and 1 buying tip to grab the freshest bottle in the store. Here's the one rule that governs this entire ranking, so lock it in now. 3 things turn oil rancid: light, heat, and air. That's it, which means cool, dark, and tightly capped wins every single time. Every oil on this list lives or dies by that rule. Be honest. Go check the back of your pantry after this, because I'd bet at least 1 bottle back there is older than you think. All right. Number 5. Our shortest keeper, flaxseed oil. You'll find it up on the health shelf, and for good reason. Folks love it. But it is fragile, genuinely delicate. An unopened bottle holds up for roughly 6 to 12 months, and that's it. This is the one oil I tell people to keep in the fridge even before you open it. Cold slows it down. Left warm in the cupboard, it can turn before you've barely started using it. So when you buy flaxseed oil, buy small. Get the smallest dark bottle you'll actually finish. No bulk hero moves here. And never, ever park it near the stove. That warm spot next to the burners is exactly where this one goes to die. Number 4, and this is where people start arguing with me. Extra virgin olive oil. Everyone assumes olive oil is the tough one, the pantry survivor. It isn't. Sealed. You're looking at around 18 to 24 months. Why so short? Because those delicate flavor compounds, the very stuff that makes good olive oil taste good, fade over time. The clock's already ticking the day it's bottled, so store it in a cool cabinet, away from the window. That sunny counter spot? Worst place for it. And when you're buying, 2 things. Look for a harvest or best by date on the label. Fresher pressing, longer life. And choose dark glass or a tin over clear bottles that let light in. At Aldi, at your local store, wherever, clear glass on a bright shelf is soaking up light every hour it sits there. Pick up the same oil in a dark tin instead, and you've already helped it last. So here's the thing most folks get completely wrong. The fancy oil isn't the durable one. The bottle you spent the most on just landed at number 4. If you assumed the expensive olive oil was your longest keeper, keep watching. Number 3 is about to prove you wrong, because the delicate flaxseed and the pricey extra virgin olive oil are both already off the top of this list, which means the oil that outlasts your canned goods is one of the plain, cheap, everyday bottles most people never think twice about. Number 3 is that workhorse, and its shelf life is about to embarrass the fancy stuff. That plain, cheap, everyday bottle most people never think twice about. Number 3 is vegetable and canola oil. And here's what embarrasses the fancy stuff. Refined and neutral, it comfortably reaches about 2 years unopened in a cool pantry. Read that again. 2 years. That already outlasts a big chunk of the canned goods people build their whole reserve around. Type workhorse in the comments if you already keep a bottle of canola in your reserve. You are smarter than you knew. So why does the cheap stuff win? It comes down to the refining. All those delicate flavor compounds that made flax seeds so fragile and gave olive oil its personality, the ones that fade and turn, refining strips most of them out. What's left is a plainer, quieter oil. Less flavor, sure, but way less to go wrong. Plainer oil, longer life. That's the trade. And for a stockpile, it's a good one. Think about what that means for a second. The bottle you'd walk right past won a race the expensive one couldn't finish. The fancy oil isn't the durable one. It never was. Buying it is easy, and that's part of the charm. Canola and vegetable oil are cheap. They're versatile. They'll fry an egg or bake a cake without a second thought. This is a sensible bulk buy. One of the few oils where grabbing the big jug at Walmart or Costco actually makes sense. 2 quick things when you do. First, check the cap seal is intact. Give it a light press. If it clicks or feels loose, put it back. Second, skip any bottle from a sunny front display. That warm spot by the window, with the sun baking the shelf all afternoon. Light and heat are exactly what turn oil rancid, so that bottle's already been fighting a losing battle before you even own it. Reach past it for the ones in the back, cool and shaded. Grab those, store them right, and you've got a 2-year workhorse for pocket change. Now let's climb one more spot. Number 2 is peanut oil. And the highly refined versions keep well past 2 years sealed, nudging right up towards the champion, closer than anything we've seen so far. But shelf life isn't even the best part of this one. Fry folks, this one's for you. Peanut oil takes the heat that would wreck the others. It's got a high smoke point, which means you can crank a pot of it hot for frying, and it stays stable instead of breaking down. Turkey in a deep fryer, a batch of donuts, a wok going hard. Peanut oil handles it beautifully where a delicate oil would scorch and turn bitter. So it's not just a long keeper, it's a workhorse with a specialty. And storing it? Nothing new to learn. Cool, dark, capped tight. The exact same rule that's carried every winner so far. Same cabinet, same shaded shelf, same firm cap. Notice the pattern by now, because it's the whole secret. Every single oil that's climbing this list obeys that one rule. It isn't the price on the label deciding how long these last. It's where you put the bottle. The most expensive oil in a hot, bright kitchen loses to the cheapest oil tucked in a cool, dark corner. Every time. So here's where we stand. We've climbed past 4 oils now. Flaxseed the sprinter, burning out in months. Olive oil fading in under 2 years. Canola holding steady at about 2. Peanut pushing well past it. And the top spot is still empty. Which should worry the rest of them, honestly. Because number 1 doesn't just squeak past peanut oil by a few weeks. It routinely doubles what these oils manage. 4 oils are ranked, and every one of them obeyed the same rule: cool, dark, capped tight. But the champion breaks the pattern in one wild way. An unopened jar of it lasts 2 to 4 years or more, often outliving everything else in your entire stockpile. And unlike all the others, it shrugs off warmth without turning. It doesn't even care about the heat. And the strangest part? At room temperature, the number 1 oil isn't even a liquid. Pop the lid on this one and nothing pours. No glug, no stream. It just sits there, firm and white, like a jar of soft wax you could scoop with a spoon. That's coconut oil. And it is number 1, the champion of shelf stability, the oil that outlasts every other bottle we've ranked today. An unopened jar routinely lasts 2 to 4 years or more, and more often than not, it's still sitting there fine long after the rest of your stockpile has come and gone. If coconut oil surprised you as the winner, you're not alone. Most people put their money on the olive oil. It's the fancy one, the expensive one, so it feels like it should be the tough one. But this is that same twist again. The fancy oil isn't the durable one. Never has been. So what's coconut oil's secret? It's fat. Coconut oil is almost all saturated fat, and saturated fat is stubborn stuff. It doesn't react with oxygen the way those delicate, health shelf oils do. That chemistry is the whole reason it barely budges over the years, and it hands you a bonus the others can't touch: warmth. Remember the rule: light, heat, and air are what turn oil rancid. Coconut oil shrugs off the heat part. A warm pantry, a hot summer kitchen, a cabinet above the stove that always runs a little too toasty. The stuff that quietly wrecks flaxseed and olive oil barely touches this one. It's the single oil that forgives a warm shelf. When you're buying it, keep it simple. Look for solid white refined coconut oil in a sealed jar. That's the version built for the long haul. The refined kind is neutral and steady. The sealed jar keeps the air out, and solid white at room temperature tells you it's exactly what it should be. So let's line all 5 up, left to right, and see the whole race at once. Quick gut check while we do. How many of these 5 are already sitting in your pantry right now? Count them. Flaxseed came in last, the sprinter, 6 to 12 months, gone in a blink, best kept cold even before you open it. Olive oil next, 18 to 24 months, respectable, but not the marathon most people assume. Then, your everyday canola and vegetable oil, at right around 2 years. Peanut oil just past that, comfortably over 2 years and unbothered by frying heat. And coconut oil out front at 2 to 4 years or more. Look at that order for a second, because it's the real lesson of the day. Flaxseed sprints and burns out fast. Coconut runs the marathon and keeps going. And quietly in the middle, the cheap workhorses, canola and peanut, walk right past the pricey olive oil without breaking a sweat. The bottle that costs the least ends up outlasting the bottle that costs the most. That's the part worth remembering next time you're standing in the aisle. And honestly, that's the whole game. Boiled down to one habit. Buy what actually lasts. Store it cool and dark, capped tight, away from the window and the stove. And rotate oldest to newest. The newest bottle goes to the back. The oldest comes to the front where you'll reach for it first. Do just that, and you stop throwing money in the trash one rancid bottle at a time. Tell me your longest-standing pantry oil down in the comments. The bottle that's been holding strong in the back of your cabinet the longest. Let's see whose reserve really goes the distance. Because that's what this is really about. Not panic, not clearing a shelf at the store in one frantic trip. Just a calm, well-stocked kitchen you built on purpose. No panic, no waste. You build your oil reserve a bottle at a time, one smart buy at a time, until the day you reach into the back of that pantry, unscrew a cap, and there's no crayon and old nut smell waiting for you. Just good oil, right where you left it. That's the calm, ready pantry. If this helped you stock a little smarter, subscribe to Shelf Alert. And let's keep your pantry calm, smart, and ready, one shelf at a time.